Okay, YouTube, welcome back to Dwarf Fortress 2014 with the Flying Phent. This is Nighthall episode 9. And if you recall, we were putting in floors, I think. I'm trying to remember. It was yesterday that... actually, I think it was the day before yesterday I recorded the last episode. Yeah, because yesterday was a weird day for me. Strange work day. Yeah, so I am putting in floors, and I want to finish that before I go ahead and get my miners doing something else, so let me go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do floors. Floors it is the name of the game. All the guts are getting moved, which reminds me I can build a... there we go. A craftsdwarf's workshop here. Out of wood. Oh, there we go. And once that's built, I can continue making crafts there. Out of guts and whatnot. What's inaccessible? Cancels pen pasture, large animal. Animal inaccessible. Okay, if you say so. I don't quite know what that means, but sure. Ah, there we go, that floor went in. Build workshop tannery. If you recall, we were waiting for that one little corner going, so we can put some in the one tannery, then we can remove the second tanner shop. Or I guess the original tanner shop. Well, I guess it wasn't the original, we had one outside, so you could argue it is the second tanner shop. That's fine. Woods get moved out of the way, second tanner shop's going in. Of course, this tannery is being used at the moment. I'll wait for it to finish. And then we can remove it. This is the one kind of pain with my design. Yeah, I don't have to deal with miasma, but it does take a while to kind of get all these floors installed and ready, you know? But it has to be done. No way around it. It has to be done. So this is set up. I don't really have a bone carver yet. That would be my carpenter. So I don't want to take him away from installing floors, so I'm just going to leave things kind of the way they are right now. Okay, the tannery is being removed. Build floor. There we go. There we go. Okay, so more build to be done. Excellent.
Sorry, sir, I can't do it.
Let me guess. There's, you canceled, item is blocking the site. That would be wood, which has been tasked for the other pieces of floor, I think. So that's fine. I have a hunter with no job, and a miner with no job. Well, miner, you should have a job. Hunter with no job, okay, fine. There's 2 hornbills, though. Is there a lack of ammunition? No, there's definitely not a lack of ammunition. Wow, there's a lot of ammunition available. In fact, enough ammunition that it may be time to say stop building ammunition. When you turn repeat off, you can make one last set. Okay. Ah, there we go. So it sounds like my hunter is now hunting again. So now it's my stone crafter and my armor smith with no job. If I'm not mistaken, they are haulers, and there should be a fair amount of refuse here to be hauled. Nail, bone, hair, nervous tissue, cartilage. Okay, so some of that, well, the skull should get moved. There should be at least one hauler. Ah, there's a few hauling jobs available. You just make sure. Hunter and armor smith. Armor smith, you're definitely a hauler, aren't you? No. Oh, but you are my woodcrafter. You probably finished woodcrafting. Let's go ahead, let me turn alchemy off on these guys, because that's silly. And then my hunter. I'm not sure which one it is. They should both be able to hunt, as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing... In fact, there should be some of that as well. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing that should be preventing the hunter from hunting. Let's, we'll take a look here. Food, creature, inventory. You have... Is it a coating of what? I hope it's not blood. Is he bleeding? Has he been wounded? He's got a turkey leather quiver and he has a crossbow. Yeah, okay. And where are you? I hope he's not wounded. Citizens. Who is my no-job hunter? This one. Center. You are down here. Actually, if I want to know he's wounded, why don't I just check wounds? He's tired. Okay. Well, then go rest. You don't have to wander around with no job. You can have a job of sleep or something. The wood's been moved from this little piece, so let's go ahead and unsuspend that job. That floor will then get installed. There it goes. Now we can put in a couple more of these tanneries. Good. Are any of these jobs suspended? Yes. And no. Okay. Good. Go ahead and put in that last piece of floor. Someone coming to do it? Yep. Okay. So build floor. Right here. Out of wood. Yep. Up 2. Okay, something blocking the site. That's fine. It wasn't here, was it? All this got done? All this is floor. Yep, all that's done. So build workshop tanner. Of wood. That sounds reasonable. Is this job suspended? No, they're just waiting for a cook. Why is there no... Don't I have 2 cooks?
No, I can't do it.
Oh, look at that. They have not built a single piece of floor yet, for all of their efforts.
I just can't.
It's just continuously blocked by wood. That's right, they'll get there eventually. As they move wood away from other places. As they move the wood away to put them in other places. We'll be able to... Oh, and that tanner won't get built because there's wood blocking it that needs to be used for the floor over here. Fair enough. There we go. Floor's getting built. And unsuspend the little sections there that are now available. Oh, this is actually going really quickly. Pretty pleased with this. And ammo. Why did these get suspended? Is there no reason, I guess, is the answer. Okay, and I forget what was going to go there, but let me go ahead and, under my food stockpile, you know what? This is, given how fast they're building, this is not going to take very long at all. Let me just undesignate. And I'm just going to let that stuff sit there. I should be able to get this floor in before it causes a problem. So let's go. Build the floor. And then once the floor is in, I'll go ahead and designate. Turn kill, could not find path. I'm getting that a lot. Where exactly is the kill, though? I keep seeing that message, but don't see a kill anywhere. Maybe it was sitting on top of trees, but no. I don't see it in the water, unless it was this thing. But this looks like a fish. Yeah, it's a fish. So that's obviously not it. I have no idea. I have no idea what your problem is there, hunters. I see that message a lot, and I don't know why. I have no clue what is going on with that. Who has no job? No, you're on break. Everyone has a job. Excellent. No idlers. I love to see no idlers. Okay, there we go, and that's all been installed. So this is all food storage now. And it is not going to be for prepared food. It is not going to be for eggs, or plants, or drinks, or seeds. It will be for everything else, for now. Let's go ahead and unsuspend the tanner. I'm going to go ahead and try unsuspending the butcher shop, because it looks like everything has been moved away from the butcher shop. So the tanner did get built, excellent. The butcher shop got built, perfect. Okay, next task is going to be living quarters, possibly? How long? This is only 9 minute recording. The problem is I'd like to kind of pause to do the designating, just so I can make sure I do it properly. Although I do use quick force. Give me a second. I am going to fire up quick fort. Right now it's not running. Let me fire up quick fort and I'll be right back. Okay, so quick fort's up and running now. Let me go ahead and select my file. 3D blueprint, there it is. Outstanding. It's 3 levels. 1, 2, 3. There is the topmost level. So I want to start from here, and actually I want to transform it. I do want to rotate it counterclockwise, I'm pretty sure. And hide that menu. I don't like that menu. It's stupid. And let me just take a look at, make sure I rotated it the right way and everything, and that it all fits. Oh, look at that. It's thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. Now, once again, I'm going to reiterate, you know, I don't use the windmill design or anything like that. The design that I use is in no way efficient, but it looks cool. It's more like what a fort would look like if it was a real life thing, as opposed to, you know, living in a hallway. You have to climb over the dresser to get to your bed, you know. So let's go ahead. Designate. There we go. Took it a minute to think. It's churning away, and you can see why Quick Fort. If you always thought Quick Fort was kind of a waste, I think looking at this, you'll see how efficient it is. And there's 3 levels of this, right? Like, can you imagine if I had to designate this all by hand? I mean, I literally have never designated this by hand. I designed it in Excel, and have only ever used it via Quick Fort. And I've used it a few other times. I really like this design. I think it looks really cool once it's all done. Although I think I've only managed to finish it once before it was game over. It's big, so that, you know, obviously is going to take some time to do. Now, there are a few little tweaks I got to do. First off, I do not want to finish these areas. These will be like entrances to the main dining hall, and I don't want them quite yet. I'm also not sure. I don't want these, because the entrance will be like so. We have 3 kind of archways, so to speak, to get in. Also, I don't want to connect my storage areas yet. Now, you might be like, I have no idea what any of this is, and that's fair. So let me take a second to explain it. I'm going to explain it at the top level because it's the one that's the most filled in. So this is broken up into a few areas. There is the... oh, and by the way, I noticed the mouse in the recordings does not match the position of the mouse on the screen. At least it didn't in Dwarf Fortress. Let me just see if that's still the case. Actually, it seems okay on the recording, but I watched one of the videos back, and they didn't line up at all. The mouse didn't line up, so I'm not going to use the mouse pointing just in case. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned cursor. So this area here is like the main stairway, and it should look familiar, right? It's the same one that we used up here, and I'm going to use the same kind of concept for it as well. So it's going to be, you know, it's all going to be channeled down 3 levels high. These are going to be pillars that last, that go for 3 levels. The entrance into the dining area, which I'll talk about in a moment, is going to be kind of these 3 wide, 2 levels high. This is the main dining area. It is absolutely massive. There's a little bit of a nook at the far end here. This is where there's going to be a place for the king to hold court anytime he may want. He will, of course, have his noble dining room as well for when he wants to be alone. But if he does choose to dine with the people, this would be his spot. And of course, in the game, he's never going to use it, I don't think, but you know, that's what it's going to be there for anyway. The rest is going to be, you know, tables down the side, statues and whatnot, maybe some exotic animals and cages in the middle, all kinds of things to make dwarves happy in the meeting area, but it's just going to be a huge, huge dining hall. On the main floor, because again, this is all just going to be tunneled down, it's going to be a big, tall, you know, 3-story high dining room. This is storage for food or drink, and whichever one, this is the other one, right? So food will go in one and drink will go in the other. I don't know which one I'll designate as which now, here, to be honest with you. All of these little 3x3 rooms on the sides are living quarters. So that's all, you know, bedrooms, each 1 bedroom. Ditto here, these are all 1 bedroom as well. You notice at the edges here I have room for some of the noble quarters, or yeah, some of the nobles who don't need noble living, right? Like, not all nobles require a real fancy type place to live, so there's, you know, enough room for 6 of those. Additional noble quarters will go here and here off the sides. I haven't zoned them because I probably won't need them for a bit, and I always seem to change my mind as to how big to make and whatnot. This area here, again, the center is going to be the same kind of 3 high area. 3 high ceiling, like a nice big hall with pillars down the sides. This is my Hall of Heroes. On the sides, for 3 levels, are going to be my tombs, where my coffins go. Noble tombs, as required, will just go kind of at the end here. I'll have like another probably hallway It branches off with some bigger tombs at the back. We'll see. We'll see exactly how I do that. I don't think 3x3 will be big enough to get the desired effect, you know, because the nobles are going to want to be fancy. And the way this is zoned, they will dig kind of these entrances and then immediately kind of go upstairs here. And of course, I actually don't want them digging these. Because if they do, I won't be able to channel in from above. So I'm going to actually de-zone all of that. And since all of this is going to be channeled from above, I've kind of changed the way I do these staircases from my original specifications. So that's why it's kind of a little different now than it used to be. Actually, I guess I can't, eh? I was going to do them exactly the same as here, where I was just going to dig out the whole area around the staircases, but I don't think I can because these need to give me access into these quarters here. Okay, fine. So I'll just put these back in. Alright. So this will be a little bit different, I suppose. And that means that I can't really do the 2-level high entrance arches either. So they will in fact just be the... Alright, so I'll go back with what I originally... Oh, is this the bottom level? No, this is the bottom level. Which was this, and which one is this one here that was ramped up? And ramp up there, right? Yeah, okay, good. So yeah, the way this is all designated, if you were to just say go right now, they would obviously do all of the main floor. They wouldn't be able to get in to do these things on the side. They would do all the main floor, I went the wrong way. All the second floor, and all the first floor. They would also go through the entrances on the main floor down here. Start the ramp up, and then do this whole area up here. As well as same thing for this entrance, right? And they would do this as well. They would come into here, they would take the ramps up, they would do this whole area, and that would be that. Now the ways in here are all on the main floor, and then you go up these stairs, so they wouldn't be able to do those quite yet. They would kind of do this area at least. So what I want to do is kind of limit how much digging they do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey look, start off, just start on one floor. Start on the main floor. This is the main floor, so I don't know why I designated that. Start on the main floor. You don't need to do the whole thing. Right, just do kind of like the little entranceways here. And end at that. Right, like so. Now once they've done that, what I will do is I will kind of designate these 2 tiles and these 2 tiles. And with that done, they will go ahead and do all of these living areas. Now once that's done, I will undesignate that long corridor. Alright, so I will basically just designate all this to be dug out, and then we'll do this whole section here. Now I do want to say, don't do these, because that will then start them doing all of the floors, and I don't want them doing that. I can add those in later. It's just, the only reason these exist is for if someone, let's say they're in the dining hall at a chair that's like here, and their bed is, up here. Instead of having to go all the way out and up the stairs and then all the way back around, they can just zip. They can go out this kind of entranceway here. Hit shift by accident. To these stairs, take the stairs up 2 levels, and then go straight to the room. So it's just to be a little bit quicker. And I think, it adds a little something, It makes things a little nice. A little bit nicer in there. Alternatively, I have not had these, and what I'd like to do, as I think about it, would be to make it small. No, it wouldn't work. Right now it's the same size as that hallway. This will be fine. What I'll do is I'll probably just leave. I'll do like 2 and 2 and leave the middle undesignated. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So you'll see what I'm talking about when I get to that. I'm basically just going to have like two doors, 2 double doors on either side, and then a section in the middle. And it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, that's how my living space layout works. So yeah, to start off with, I'll just do down there, then I'll do, you know, the one section of the wall, then I'll do all those living quarters, then I'll do the same thing on this side. And we'll remove the helper staircases. But I hope you can kind of see my vision, right? It's that traditional kind of dwarven, big, tall, vaulted ceiling type of a build. Extremely inefficient insofar as how Dwarf Fortress works. But I think if you're like me and you have a vivid imagination, this kind of feels more dwarf, more like something you would actually expect dwarves to live in. And once that's done, by that point, I will probably have some dead bodies, and I'll have to start working on this section. The dining area is usually one of the last ones to get made, which is why I always make sure I add a dining area that is somewhere on my farm levels. Sometimes I do all my farms on one level as well, but I thought I'd try something new this time. Now, we are at that point where we need to start building beds. Oh, that's a craftsdwarf's workshop, not a carpenter. There you go, beds. I also want them to make doors. Chests. I will eventually want additional things, but that will be enough for now. Beds, doors, and chests. We'll start churning them out like they're going to the style. And let me just flip back to Dwarf Therapist. I just want to double check a few things. My carpenter is still my bone carver. Now, I'm at the point where I could use another bone carver. It actually looks like this farmer would be a decent bone carver, and it's his highest mutable skill as well. So perhaps it is time that this farmer cease being a farmer, and he can be my bone carver / leather worker. I don't have a lot of bone carving to do, so when he is not bone carving, I will set him back to farmer. It's kind of how this guy's jobs are going to work, but it's going to be something I have to do manually, otherwise he's going to prioritize farming. And I really want a bone carver because, oh, I went too far. Look at all the muck that I have here. So make bone crafts, not wooden crafts. I'm going to get bone crafts. There we go. I want to make totems, which are made with skulls. I want to make, I may have some ivory, so make ivory crafts. I might have some horns, I might have some pearls. And that's it. Yep. So do those crafts. Now these areas are getting nicely filled, my storage. So I'm going to go ahead and, this one is feeding my mason workshops. It is not. So give to mason workshop, and give to this mason's workshop. And this one will give to these craftsdwarf's workshops. And this is just so that they're not like taking valuable stone and making stuff out of them, right? And I should have, if I'm not mistaken, I do have a mason. I do. And I do have a stone crafter. I do. And my export deal was 4 mugs. So I'm going to go ahead, set up a craftsdwarf's workshop, make rock mug. And out of stone, I want to make rock blocks. And that is going to be for... except I do want the gypsum to be in here. Blocks, gypsum blocks, whatever. And those blocks are going to be used to build my fortifications around here. So let me go ahead and designate an area. You will disable animals. I should have done that. That's alright. Enable bars and blocks. Block all. Permit stone / clay, but not gypsum. There we go. So all those rock blocks are going to go there. So let's take a look here.
I can't do
Miners should be headed down. One of them is. I guess the others are busy doing something else. And in fact, that's a good point. Some of them may be busy trying to be carpenters, which I do not want. They are carpenters for installing purposes only, not for the building of objects. So I will turn carpenter off on them. We'll go back to miner. They are set, all of them, for hauling. So let's go ahead. I have to turn them all off manually because of silly alchemy. There we go. Miners, you no longer haul, you are now just miners. Hop to it. Who's idle? Probably Hunter. Nobody. Outstanding. Outstanding. Oh, there we go. Pick up some more stone. That's excellent. Really happy to finally get some living quarters going. It's vital to my dwarves' happiness. They have their own space, and I can understand that. It's nice having your own space. Blue pea chicks have hatched. How is that possible? Do I have nest boxes somewhere? Oh, I did install some nest boxes. Okay, good. Now, unlike other animals, if you have pets, like let's say I have dogs, right, assigned to this pasture right here. If I have any puppies born, they will get automatically assigned to the pasture that their parents are assigned to because they are mammals and they're being born from a creature. Eggs are not assigned to pastures. So when these animals hatch, when the pea chicks hatch, they will not automatically be assigned to the pasture of their parents because their parent is an egg as far as the game is concerned. And the egg is not assigned anywhere. So every time pea chicks hatch, I have to go ahead and manually assign them to that space. Now they shouldn't be able to get out because the doors are not passable, but you still have to manually assign them to it to make sure that they stay in when people do eventually go out. And another hunter cannot return kill. It's really starting to bug me. I hope there aren't animals all over dead bodies all over the place that I'm not getting a return. I have a farmer with nothing to do, a brewer with nothing to do, and another farmer. 2 farmers and a brewer with nothing to do. How am I looking? I have lots of drinks. I have some plants. Okay. Brewer. Are you a hauler? You are not. Well, you are now going to be a hauler, sir. And idle farmers, that's the kind of thing it's going to get fixed as I get more and more seats. But, an idle farmer, kind of need farmers. I don't want to start assigning them other jobs because then they start doing other things. And I really don't want that to happen. So, we'll just leave it as is for now.
Sir, I hate saying no to you, but no.
What? That is the greatest single line I have ever heard in this game. I hate saying no to you, but no. Fantastic. And which, it was Hunter Kuborkukuk. Kuborkubuk. Hunter Kuborkubuk. Where are you, Kuborkubuk? Center on creature. Inventory. Are you carrying a dead animal with you? No. And where are you? Hunter, you are over there. Okay, so where is, I see no dead corpse anywhere. I'm just going to watch this. If he kills this thing, I'm going to see what happens. He's going to run out of ammo before it does. Darn it. Did you even hurt it? Wounds. There we go. Oh, you hurt it substantially. Go get more ammo and come finish this guy off. I want to see what happens. Still just a farmer with no job and the hunter with no job.
Unstoppable.
Somebody's grown fond of their wooden shield. Okay, good. How are my miners doing? I'm going to need to get a bookkeeper going fairly soon as well, hopefully out of the next migration wave. Outstanding. Simply because I'd like to be able to keep an eye on kind of what I have. So here, no components, no this is good. Why aren't you cooking this soup? You can't brew with sweet pods anymore? Really? Oh, you can't cook with the seeds. Of course you can't cook with the seeds. Alright, I'm being silly now. Hunter, you coming back to get this guy? Hunter... Are you? Or are you going for something else? No, I think you're coming back to the same pangolin you've been fighting. Oh. Now you're going to eat. Cancelled your hunt to go eat. Whatever. I'm out of cookable items. Is that true? Yes, I have no more meat, but I have 300 meals. Excellent. So I'm going to have idle cooks now. Mangled bone, hair, cartilage, skull. Are skulls not going down here? Skulls should really be coming in here. Yeah, skulls. The only thing that wouldn't go in there would be the wool and anything that's technically refuse. Should I set up? I think I'll set up a refuse stockpile for all the other nonsense. I'll just put it here for now. And it will be not for skulls, bones, shells, teeth, horns, or hooves. It will be for everything else. Alright, so all rotten items should be brought up there. Fine. That should get a bunch of hauling jobs, and all the idle people should start hauling. Now, let me just see what's going on with my crafts dwarfs. I should have a stonecrafter who is stone crafting. He's on a break, okay. I should have a mason that is masoning. He is doing so. I should have a bone carver that is bone carving, and he's also on a break. So everybody seems to be on a break. That's fine. I don't mind them taking breaks every now and then. Everyone deserves a break. And in fact, I deserve a break right about now as well. So, when we come back, we're going to continue digging out our living quarters. We're also going to keep making crafts in the form of rock. And in fact, have I set this up to hold rock mugs? I have. Rock goblets. There we go. That actually reminds me, something else that I would like my carpenter to make is, I forget what the hotkey is. Storage bins. Is it just B? I think, for some reason I think it's N. Storage bins. Yeah, because bed is B. I don't even see it in the list though. Where are our bins? Wooden bin. It is N. There you go. Wooden bin. Create a bunch of those. And actually, what have you been doing? Are you carpentering? The carpenter is on break as well. Wow, a lot of people on break. And let's just see. There's a bed and a chest. They are both tasked to be hauled. What about this? Have you been making things? Hard to say. What about you? There's some nice blocks. Okay, good. I don't think any mugs have been made yet. So I don't think any of that craftsdwarfmanship has been happening quite yet, but it should start right away. So that will continue. Our digging will continue. Once we have an ample supply of blocks, we can start building our walls. Once the walls are in, we can dig our main moat, start building a complicated series of bridges that's going to lead out. And then we'll be ready in case an invasion comes. But that's all going to be in a future episode. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.